listen to high vibrational music, listen to frequency music. But what is really coming through is the sound thing. And this came through a couple of times. There needs to be energetic cleansing for every single person listening to this. We have a new month, which means I will do another monthly collective reading. Literally nothing in this universe is ever a pure coincidence. So the fact that you were stumbling across this video, clicking through the World Wide Web, and you are stuck here waiting for this reading to be revealed is the biggest sign that there is a message waiting for you. Before I jump straight into the reading, I want to give you a quick overview on how I do my readings. I do use oracle cards, but I don't use them in the way that they're intended to be used. I just use them as a tool for the message to come through me. So essentially, this is a channeled reading. I'm connecting with my cosmic self and the cosmic selves of everyone who is watching and who is meant to receive a message. But I use the cards to trigger that message within me. So I look at the artwork, I look at the name of the card, and this opens the door, opens the portal, the channel for me to get the right message. Let me shuffle the cards real quick, and the cards that want to be part of this reading will most likely just fall out, or I will have a feeling to stop. Right now, this card didn't want to go back in, so this one is part of the reading. And I will most likely do 4 to 5 cards. I never really plan on that. I just go with whatever feels right at the moment. Another couple of fell out. I'm just going to use the one that landed right in my lap. And I'm not trying to do it messy. I may not be the best shuffler, but I literally am not forcing it. I just shuffle as normal. Maybe I'm just really untalented with shuffling, and the cards just come out the way they want to. I feel like one more card for this month. I really feel like already that there's not like many small messages coming through, but rather a couple of very powerful ones. So I'm gonna go with one more card until it feels right, until one of the cards really speaks to me. This one. Okay, I have the cards right next to me, and I'm just gonna shuffle those again and start with the one on the top. I think that card was already in the last reading. It's called Tree of Souls, Collective Wisdom, Kinship Group, and Library. What is coming through is very similar to the message that was coming through last month, because this is still very valid, still very important. And that is that a lot of light workers have been working on their own for so long, like having their own businesses, having their own Instagram channels, sharing their wisdom to their communities, but not really collaborating all that much. So the new age of light workers is obviously spiritual influencers, spiritual coaches, any kind of coach, any person that uses the internet and uses social media as like a megaphone to bring their message out into the world. And I'm really feeling that these people are meant to work together more. And what is also coming through is that if you are one of those people who use social media as like an outlet for your message and as a way to fulfill your light worker mission, that you are not meant to compare yourself with others too much. I feel like there's a lot of buildup of comparing, of trying to compete, of trying to live up to other people's lifestyles or their achievements. And while that may not be conscious, not a conscious comparison or not conscious envy, there is this energy in our community, in this spiritual group of people who are fulfilling their light worker missions. And what it should shift into is more of like a collaborative energy, a feeling of we're in this together. We want everyone to thrive. We want everyone to succeed in their unique personal mission. So we are going to collaborate and join communities and join a collective of light workers to bring out the message more powerfully. What is coming through tangibly, how this could tangibly look like, is to speak together in summits or come together for workshops, come together to create something for others, for their unified community to learn and to enjoy. So collaborating is a very strong energy that is coming through, especially amongst creators, especially amongst spiritual influencers, spiritual coaches, people from the wellness space, people from the self improvement space, self development space. So these people are meant to collaborate more, are meant to step out of comparison, out of trying to be as good as the person next to you, and unify in this knowing that we're all working for the same greater purpose. The next card looks so beautiful. I really love the artwork of this one. It's called the Angel Gate, cleansing, protection, blessing. And immediately, without even going within, I get this message that there needs to be energetic cleansing for every single person listening to this. Everyone should take the time to get rid of foreign energies, to clear their channels, to get really pure as a receiver for the divine messages that want to speak through you. And I get the message that this can happen in many different ways. There is not one way that we are meant to do this. There are tons of ways to cleanse your energy, to clear your channels and purify your energetic self. And there's not this one way that applies to everyone. It really is dependent on what feels right for you. So I'm getting the image of a singing bowl, a large singing bowl. So how I read that is that it can be done through sound. Sound came up a couple of times in the last few months. So I feel like the frequency of sound is important and that this is what this message is all about. So the frequency of sound, listen to high vibrational music, listen to frequency music, make music yourself if that is what you desire. Actually, this is coming through really strongly. At the beginning, there was a part of diet and how you eat. It can also be around clarifying your channel, clarifying your physical body with the foods you eat and with the nourishment you give yourself. So you could, for example, if that resonates with you and that if that is something that you like to do, you could think of doing a juice cleanse or some other form of physical cleansing. But what is really coming through as like the main thing that I should share with you is the sound thing. And this came through a couple of times, and I'm not entirely sure why. I get the message that you should not listen to mainstream music right now, that you should mainly listen to chanting, high frequency music, singing bowls, hand drums, music like that, like high frequency music. And there's also the message coming through, make sure that what you are listening to, that what you are resonating with on a frequency level is actually what it is set to be. So if you go on YouTube, this is what is coming through. I'm not kidding, this is actually coming through. If you go on YouTube and you type in high frequency music, there is tons of tracks that come up, but do they actually have the frequency that they claim to have? You should actually check if it's high quality, high frequency music and it's actually doing what it's claiming to do. For example, if you are listening to a 432 hertz music, does it actually have the frequency? Double check that your sources are pure and that this is actually what is happening. And like I said, I'm not sure why this is coming through with the music and with like adapting to high frequency music, listening to high frequencies, but it's coming through for, I think, the third time now in a reading. And the energy behind it is very solid. It's very like stressing to do that. So this is not channeled, this is just my interpretation. I feel like energetically it could have impact on us right now as humans, on the light workers. and that there is some disruption in the energetic field, in the frequency of the collective, that can be very easily influenced right now. So it's important to keep our frequency high and to not ingest anything that could distort our personal energy, our personal frequency. It seems to be a very important message. I'm also going to link some good sources for high frequency music for you in the description so that I can provide some valuable sources where you can find high frequency music, and yeah, I can help you with that in that way. The next card is called the Green Man, Rising, Energy Surge, and Fertility. It basically confirms what I've said just now. There is some energetic disruptions going on in the collective. It's again a very collective reading. It feels very big picture like, so it's a reading about the bigger picture of things and your role as a light worker in that bigger picture. So what I'm getting is that there is some disruptive energy going on, and there's something roaming free is the wording that I'm channeling. That can be confusing. That can be confusing to the energy body and therefore also to the mind, because when your intuition gets influenced and disrupted and influenced by energies around you and by this disruptive energy, you also don't really know what to trust, what to think, what to do, what to act on. And it's very important to keep your channels as clear as possible. That's why the cleansing came up. Cleansing in whatever way it fits to you and whatever way feels right to you, with an emphasis on the music and the sound healing. And with this message, it's just a confirmation of something collectively going on, a collective energy, a collective disruptor in March that is going to affect every single one of us. I'm not entirely sure. I'm trying to get the information, but I'm not entirely sure if this is going to be something that is obvious to us, so something that is caused by news or by something happening in March, or if this is purely energetic, something that we cannot make sense of, but is just present on a frequency level. I'm not entirely sure what is the case. When I ask, is there any event connected to that energy or anything happening in the collective that causes this disruption in energy, I don't really get an answer for that. I don't really get a message that answers my question. So my guess is that we are either not meant to know and we just have to wait, or it simply is unclear. It simply isn't set in stone yet, because the collective influences how this is gonna play out. The one thing though that is coming through very strongly and that I can 100% tell you about and give you just as I received it is that there will be some disruptive energy present in March. And you have to stay on a high vibration, stay in your own energy field. Don't let yourself be influenced by outside energies, by outside events, by outside news. Just stay focused on yourself, stay focused on your mission. Do whatever it takes to balance yourself, to keep the vibration as high as possible, and to keep your frequency aligned with the beauty of life that is coming through as the wording, the beauty of life, the gratitude of life, and the power of life. This came through as a sentence. So do with that what you will. I hope that resonates with you and it makes sense to you on a personal level. Give me a moment to feel into that, if there is another message coming through or if this is complete. I do get visuals of like the desert. It kind of looks like Arizona, Sedona, that area. And I'm getting that there is also energetic activity right now. Like there is something going on there energetically. And I just get the visuals And I cannot really tell you what the visual is all about, Sedona, Arizona, but it still feels important to share, which is why I mention it. The final card for today's reading is another beautiful one. This deck has such beautiful cards, and it's called The Gift: Present, Honoring, Offering. Let me feel into that. I feel that March is a pivotal month for this entire year. Like March often is, actually. March is a month that has the unique energy of bringing pivotal moments, either in the personal life of people or on a collective level. So this year is no different. March is going to bring a pivotal energy. It's going to bring the beginning of something that is yet to be revealed. And the message that is coming through for you right now, working with that pivotal energy, is that there will be time and also urgency for you to really step up, for you to really get clear on your next steps, on your priorities, on your power, and being honest with yourself if you are using your power, if you are stepping into your power, or if you are still hiding. Because the card said something about offering, and this word is coming up in my channel information as well. It feels like what is communicated is that when you step into your power, into your highest timeline that is available to you right now, and if you make bold decisions, there will be an offering at the end of this journey. So there will be something that you get out of this decision, even though it may feel scary now, it may feel like not the best thing to do on a mind level, but your heart knows what to do. And the message that is coming through is really confirming in taking risks and doing what feels right on a heart level, like heart center. And there will be a reward, there will be an offering to you when you allow yourself to step into that timeline. It almost feels like you are going to miss out on something that is meant for you if you are not making the right decisions this month. And the right decisions are always what your heart wants and not what your mind says is the right thing to do. So when you are in this situation, or when you will be in this situation this month, where you have to decide whether you choose from what is logical to do or you choose from what feels right to do, choose what feels right rather than choosing what is the right thing to do from a logical standpoint. This is coming through. It's not a situation where you will mess up if you choose the wrong path or choose the wrong option, but there is a clear indicator that whenever you follow your heart this month, there will be a reward moving forward. There will be something waiting for you that is in your highest interest, that is aligned with your highest timeline, the highest that is available to you right now. It doesn't mean that this is as good as it can get. There is always more to come. But right now, March 2025, there is a pivotal moment where you have to make a decision. And depending on if you are deciding for yourself or against yourself, meaning with your heart or against your heart, will end up giving you a reward, an offering, or it will not give you that moving forward. As always, I really hope this reading resonated with you. It was a little bit more cryptic than I'm used to, so the messages that came through were powerful and I could give you tangible information about what was received. But on the other hand, there were also a lot of unanswered questions. I tried to dig deeper, also off camera, the things I cut out, where I just really sat for a couple of minutes and really wanted to receive a message or some in-depth explanation around what was coming through. And there was no additional information coming through. And I don't feel like that was because I was not open enough. I feel like it was not meant to be received and it was not meant to be shared with you. So it was a little bit more cryptic, but I really hope it still resonated with you. And I'm also curious to know how this month is going to unfold, especially because the messages were less tangible than usual. It feels like generally there's a huge surge in energy. Also, like that was literally said on the card, an energy surge. And I feel like that is happening, and we are not meant to know so much about it yet because the collective could also influence how it's going to play out. So we are not meant to already know what is coming, if that makes sense. What I get from this reading as a general summary is that March is going to be a pivotal moment of the year, and also that there will be a pivotal moment present in the lives of many individuals, and that we are meant to make a decision. We are meant to step up. We are meant to fully release ourselves from the constraints of our logical mind and fully follow our heart. That was really important. And then I cannot stress this enough. It came through so strongly, and I don't even know why it is that important. I mean, on an energetic level, it makes sense, but it was really, really, really stressed by my guides and by my cosmic self to share this message with you, and to also, I'm already feeling it again, like I'm supposed to repeat it. So listen to high frequency music, don't listen to chart music, avoid listening to mainstream music as of now, this month. And the wording is coming through as a message, and see what it does to you in a good way. So basically, the message is listen to high frequency music for this entire month and see how that affects you and see what it changes within you. I hope you enjoyed this reading. Let me know if it resonated, and let me know what message was the most powerful for you. I hope to see you in my next video next week. You can also find me on Instagram and TikTok. It's both at Isabelle Gloria. I will link everything in the description. If you want to work closer with me, and if you are ready to fully step into your light worker mission and also do that with a spiritual business, maybe you already have a spiritual business, a coaching business, a healing business, but you haven't been able to generate the results and the impact you want to, I want to invite you to apply for the Cosmic Wanderess Mentorship. I will also link more information in the description box. We are starting the next round at the end of March, so the perfect time to make a decision like that. Powerful souls and powerful women are already applying and enrolling, and I would love to welcome you as one of them at the end of March when we start this journey together. Make sure to check out the link, read all the details. Don't hold back from sending me a DM or asking more questions. I'm always open to talk about opportunities, how we can make this work for you, and answer all of your questions that you may have around this mentorship. I'm wishing you a beautiful, beautiful week. I hope to connect with you next week in my new video. Until then, have a beautiful time.